This is Always Be Finding, where opportunity is created, not chased.
Opportunities are everywhere, now that you know what to look for. You learn to slow down and notice what others miss, to spot friction, timing, and real need, to pause instead of push, to ask better questions, and to hear what isn't being said. That already puts you ahead. But noticing isn't enough. Opportunity only becomes real when you act. This chapter is about that moment, the step that turns a good conversation into a real opportunity, the move most people hesitate to make. And when you learn how to take it calmly, clearly, and on purpose, everything changes.
I met a sales rep last week who was a champion spotter. She'd be in a totally normal chat with a prospect and suddenly pick up on some little detail, maybe the client size, or they say, "Yeah, well, we have a lot of things we need to fix from our old supplier." She would gently dig in, ask the right questions, and the client would open up with all their pain points. But here's the thing. Her manager told me she had this collection of almost opportunities. Dozens of good discussions, none of them closed. Why? She'd get so focused on not being pushy, she never asked for the next step. So the would-be deals just faded out. You have to finish the job, right? Noticing is the start, but you gotta keep going, otherwise you're just collecting stories, not wins.
Yeah, 100%. I see it all the time. I learned early, you can't hit your sales goal with almost. One summer I noticed a property manager grumbling about their irrigation. Instead of just nodding, I said, "I can take a look, no charge. If we spot the issue, I'll give you a quote right after lunch." Boom. We got the job, not because I was pushy, just because I showed up and took an action. So, the move is, when you spot it, act on it. You're not closing hard, you're letting the client know you're ready to help. Sometimes I'll literally say, "Want me to jump on that, or are you talking with someone else already?" It moves things forward without making it awkward.
That's it right there. Sales teams lose winnable deals not because they don't see them, but because they pause in the wrong place. The moment you spot a real need, you have a clear lane, but only for a second. A quick move isn't about pressure, it's about respecting the moment. Be proactive, notice, then step in, calmly, and open the lane for the close. Everything changes when you get good at taking that step. Deliberate, helpful, practical, exactly the way a point guard sees a pass before the window closes. In sports, it's called the fast break. You spring forward before the other team resets their defense. The first 3 steps decide if you get the shot or watch the play die. In business, that window is just as fast. The secret is to develop a reflex, the muscle memory to act while the game is still moving. Let's shift gears and really get into how acting fast creates results, not just activity.
Okay, let me challenge our listeners a bit. Why do you think so many sales teams freeze when a new opportunity pops up? Is it fear? Maybe overcomplicating? I think half the time we convince ourselves we need a perfect approach, so we just stall. But the best closers move with clarity. My top 3 for teams who want to close fast. 1. Have a clear, simple script that you've practiced. Use an AI sales coach for this. Don't improvise every time. 2. Follow up in under 60 minutes after the meeting while you're still fresh in their mind. And 3. Tie every step back to a real, specific benefit for them. Pain solved, time saved, cost avoided. Little actions done now beat perfect actions done late.
And it's not magic, just preparation. Let's roleplay this out, Imani. I'll be the account manager out on a site walk. The property manager, you, just told me you've got broken irrigation in Section 3. Ready?
All right, I'm the manager. I'm annoyed, I've got a dozen things to handle, and I don't want a big pitch right now.
Hey, thanks for flagging that. I can get you a quote by 3 p.m. and if you like, our crew could start repairs tomorrow. Want me to handle it?
Honestly, Jake, that works. If you can handle it fast, let's get it off my plate. Okay, stop. See? The urgency does the selling. He's not pushing, just moving the play. You offer a next step right when the pain is real.
That's the fast break in action. Sports teams practice it so often it becomes instinct. In sales, that means responding before hesitation creeps in, being clean, helpful, and direct so you don't give the opportunity a reason to cool down. The lesson? If you have open space, use it now. Move, don't overthink, and the deals that used to vanish will start closing themselves. Let urgency work for you instead of against you. Teams don't win championships by winging it. They drill. Every morning, every practice, they repeat the same moves under real pressure, so game day feels automatic. In sales, you build muscle memory too, but it's about using small daily drills that turn noticing into action. Here's how to make it part of your routine. A quick, practical 5-minute habit anyone can start tomorrow.
All right, let me be super clear about this. When a live opportunity pops up, your job isn't to pitch harder, it's to give it a real shot at closing without dragging it out. Step 1, name exactly what you noticed. I see your irrigation is busted. Step 2, tie it to something the client cares about. That's wasting water and probably costing you money every day. Step 3, suggest a single, obvious next step. Want me to get you a quote right now, or would you prefer to ask around first? You measure if you're nailing it by counting how many new leads you follow up on that same day, not 2 days later. That's it. If you do that drill for a week, I promise your follow-through rate jumps, and so does your close rate. You're not forcing, you're preventing indecision while the opportunity is alive.
Let's round out the picture. Great sales doesn't start with a pitch, it starts with noticing, just like the best teams know the play before the whistle. But awareness only gets you to the starting line. The win comes from connecting what you've noticed to what matters to the other person, then offering the next, smallest step while the moment is still warm. It's that small shift, notice, connect, act, done every day. Pretty soon, you aren't chasing leads, you're moving real opportunities forward. And when you practice, it gets easier to measure. Did I move 3 real deals forward today, or just talk about them? That's the scoreboard. That's how top teams get better, one play at a time.
Quick summary before we wrap. Sports teams drill their best moves so they don't freeze in real games. Sales is no different. Start tomorrow. Spot friction, state it clearly, tie it to impact, suggest a step, then check your own scoreboard at the end of the day. Not later, not someday. Tomorrow. The listeners who do the action items see results. Action creates confidence.
For everyone listening, don't just listen. Go try this stuff. Turning maybe into yeah, let's do it. That's the difference maker. Keep hustling, team.
Appreciate all of you. Remember, you don't have to be flashy, just aware, quick on the uptake, and be willing to keep the play alive. Next time you spot a chance, finish it, and let us know how it went.
And with that, we end this book. Take action, practice your drills, and let's win like a team. You're never just finding, you're building momentum. See you in the comments and in the next book.
You've been listening to Always Be Finding. Stay visible, stay relevant, and we'll catch you on the next episode.